So, last session, your group started in the village of Barovia. After helping to evacuate its citizens, you helped Ismark to burn the remaining bodies of the people on the chance that they might rise as undead themselves. And as Ismark took a short rest, you also relaxed yourselves at the nearby tavern, getting a couple of bottles of wine and talking as you waited on Victor to return. As Victor returned, you all left together to go to Vallaki, and he went off to go get cleaned up and rested after a very difficult past couple of days. Your group then settled in the safety of the hallowed ground of the nearby church's cemetery and began reading the next chapter of the Tome of Strahd, which revealed the circumstances in which Strahd had connected with the Dark Power vampire and what actions had occurred as a result. You then spoke amongst yourselves about the Dark Power and the Dark Powers that your group has encountered and interacted with as well, the differences and potential similarities that might exist between them. As night fell around the town of Vallaki, you all began to set about in your different paths before settling in for the night. Right. Vallaki.
Oh god, that's bright.
My scene is not loading up for some reason. I just had to complain about it. And this is where we start tonight's session in the town of Vallaki. Everyone had told me what they had planned to go off to do. I don't know if anyone's our plans had changed between sessions.
I mean,
Not mine.
Everyone remember what they were doing?
yeah, of course, but just
Right.
just so everyone else knows, do you remember what mine was?
Okay, Vortak had planned to patrol outside of the walls. Harkem was patrolling inside the walls.
Oh, right,
Ra
I do remember
was
that.
getting his rest for the night.
Ooh, that's right.
Lane went off in search of Ismark, and Nakari went around using Divine Sense, detect good and evil throughout the town.
Yeah, I totally want to find his mark for for reasons.
Sexual reasons.
What?
Oh
What?
my god.
What's your reasons?
Work
Some
anymore?
minutes.
To figure out what order we're going to resolve these, everyone go ahead and roll a d20. And we'll go in
Wow.
descending
Oh, I
order.
moved his to a 3. It's a 3. See it?
It didn't. You didn't even hit us on my screen.
Aww.
Oh, no, I don't. I just want one. There we go.
Well, now what are we gonna do to resolve the ties to resolve what we're doing?
Cat.
Ooh, highest wisdom.
We'll have a roll off.
Oh. Oh, not good.
Vortac.
Vortex, you got to roll another d20.
All right, not paying attention.
Hold on, I was getting my character sheet all popped out and shit.
Okay, so Vortex will go first.
Waste all your good rolls.
Like you do.
And then Lane. Wait. It's a 19. Trying to get these in the right order. Okay. Vortac, as you are patrolling around outside the walls of Valaki on the back of your wolf made of raw arcane energy. Give me a perception check as you are keeping a lookout for potential dangers or threats.
Joke's on you, I just wanted away from everybody else.
Okay.
Hopefully that's enough.
25 is quite good. In fact, as you are looking around outside the walls, you do see a few vampires that seem to be at the edge of the woods, quite a distance away from the walls, skulking through the shadows. They seem to think they're pretty well hidden, but you can spot them from their movements. They appear to be eyeing the town, but not approaching it.
Are they pretty close to each other?
They are hiding almost in the same bush.
Oh, I haven't gone to bed yet, right?
You have not.
How many spell slots do I have? Ooh, I have 1 7th level spell slot. I will cast Fireball at 7th level.
Okay.
Where'd
Hey,
Fireball go? Do I not have Fireball? I might not have Fireball.
I'm
Chain Lightning
pretty
then?
sure- Do you not have Fireball?
It's
I
not
don't
in
think
here.
you've
I've
ever cast a fireball before.
You may not have Fireball.
Oh, fucking Nero.
Nero might have,
Devil.
yeah.
Nero had all the good shit. All right, Chain Lightning then. Fuck it.
Okay.
No, not Call Lightning. Chain Lightning. There it is. At 7th level. That's a lot.
Okay,
of
the red lightning arcs from your fingertips, streaking out into the nearby bush, electrocuting both of these vampires, burning them quite severely. Any of those ones? No.
Nope.
Okay. They take off fleeing into the woods.
I will give chase.
Okay.
And
You have no difficulty keeping up with them on the back of your wolf, even with them rushing off. But they seem to be completely fixed on just trying to run from you.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Lightning bolt. And as soon as they like line up a little bit, bam, lightning bolt.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for that.
It's gonna go this way. That should be 30.
30.
Yeah.
Okay. The bolt of lightning travels from your fingers out through the trees, arcing across both of them, as it streaks across their forms, they fall to the ground, very severely injured. Seems as if they understand that they cannot escape.
Guess I'll approach them
they
and
lay
shock
there
and grasp
on the
them until
ground.
they're dead.
Okay. As you are doing this, you hear whispers inside your head from Zaradum. It will be nice when we can be free of a place full of these pests. It's not much longer now.
Not much longer indeed. All right, once they're dead, I will head back to my patrol.
Okay.
Yes, let the hate flow through you.
Hey, if this was an XP thing and you just randomly leveled up out of nowhere, you're welcome.
Who's killing shit?
Oh fuck, I learned a new spell.
Hey guys, I got more health. You continue your patrols around the gate. You do not see any more vampires. And as you pass by the area where you had encountered the other ones, you can still see they're still smoking corpses where you had left them.
All right. After I make a couple laps, I'll go back to where we were staying and get ready for my trance.
Okay. After Vortak is Lane. Lane, you go out on your
Ismark.
search for Ismark. As you recalled, he had said he was going to go to the tavern. You find him sitting at a seat in the tavern. Looks to have cleaned up and gotten some fresh clothes on him. They don't seem to be quite his size, a little bit big, but they do seem to fit him. He is sitting there at a table. Glass of wine next to him, and
Is it blood? No, I'm joking.
it looks like wine.
Okay.
And a plate of food in front of him.
It's the blood of grapes.
So it doesn't look all pasty white and everything.
He doesn't look
Yeah,
any paler than when
doesn't
you'd
look
seen him.
sick. All right.
Give me a medicine check if you'd like.
Just saying, if we stake him and he dies, then he was obviously a vampire.
Oh my god.
He does look to be kind of picking at his food. But his general appearance doesn't make him look as if he's really sickly looking. It's understandable that probably him picking at his food is only because of the day's events and not due to vampirism taking over.
All right. I'll go up to him and talk to him though, and I'll walk up and say, "Well, you don't look like you're a vampire yet."
And perhaps there's hope that it will not come to pass.
Might not matter anyways, Ismark.
I have heard that there are others from here that will be joining you. All of you on your attempt to infiltrate the castle.
That may or may not be true. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna
I would
kick my
like
feet
to
up on the table.
accompany your group. He says, I would like to accompany your group.
Well, I can't make that decision on my own, although I assume that everybody else would be okay with it. I'll send word when we're about to go, and just be ready to go. I'm not gonna say like where we're going or what we're doing. Get too involved in the plans. You know, too many cooks in the kitchen, if you will.
I do understand. But know that ending Strahd is important to me as well.
Well, that's good. I will say, Ismark, that I am fairly confident that this place will cease to exist in some way, shape, or form after Strahd is gone. So probably a lot of people here will die, and their souls will go on the natural path that they should have taken probably many years ago. And I was sent here by my god, specifically by the Raven Queen, to make sure that this happens. And I know you expressed some concern about that in the past, and I just want you to know that if you try to stop that, I'll kill you myself.
Irina is my sister. And he has her. This is true?
Well, as far as we know.
That is why I must go. And to avenge my people. If what you say will happen is to come to pass, then there's nothing I can do to prevent it. I am simply a person. I can't expect to thwart the dealings of gods. But if I can make something right in my life, then I have to try.
I'll stand up and say, well, we'll definitely make it right. And I'll tap him on the shoulder, smack him on the face a little bit, you know, just tap him. And
Can put my hands all on him.
yep.
Inflict
And
wounds.
then,
Level 10.
and then I will walk out.
Okay.
Now I have to remember to send Ismark a message when we're leaving.
No shot you remember that.
Next, we go to Ra, who is in the church. Decided to lay down on one of the nearby benches, go on ahead and get to his sleep after a very exhausting day of moving several bodies around.
A lot of bodies.
Was there anything specific you wanted to do before you did lay down for your rest, Ra?
Unfortunately, no. I was gonna be very boring on this one, but just get my beauty rest.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna be sleeping for a while.
Fuck's that mean?
Ugly as fuck.
Oh my god.
Ra, as you settle into a semi-comfortable position on one of the pews here in the church, attempting to find rest and sleep, it does manage to come. And you drift off. A dream comes to you. You find yourself once again in Harakir. You find yourself in the training area where, as guards, all go to learn how to fight. Place that you and Harkem both excelled against your peers. Find yourself alone in a ring of sand, a single rope creating a circle. A ring that was meant to really determine who the best were by putting them together, forcing them to fight until one of them had forced the other from the ring. Find yourself alone in the sand. No one around. Nice warm bit of air rushes through over the hot sand beneath your feet.
I would say wiggle my toesies, but my claws,
Okay.
really shuffle in there.
Claws dig down into the sand, a nice refreshing feeling compared to the frigid cold of Barovia that you've had to deal with that horrible snow.
And probably, since I'm in the circle, I might as well practice with my spear.
Okay. Begin doing motions,
Katanas, whatever.
various martial stances
Katanas.
with your spear.
You
You
channel
then
my
see a
inner Kaladin.
you see a figure in a white cloak with a white hood pulled up over their head, approaching, a humanoid figure. But as they get closer, you see wings. You recognize these wings. And as he pulls back the hood, you recognize his face. You see Harkem as he steps into the ring across from you. He says, "So stupid of you, brother. You're just like him."
What did I do this time?
He takes a step forward towards you, and I need a strength check.
Come on, big money, big money.
Yes!
Fuck! That's
Come on, big brother, big brother, big brother.
You are shoved back towards the edge of the ring of the rope.
oh. So that you.
You always do things like this. What would you like to do?
Like what? And I'm gonna shove him right back.
Okay, give me another strength check. Or dexterity for this, I would say.
Ooh, we're gonna go with dexterity. Come on, natural 20, natural 20. Ugh.
Okay. 15 does win. You shove him back and now
Boo.
find yourself once again at the center of the circle.
I'm gonna-
The dream image of Harkem responds back. You would let something like that into your body, into your soul. It's unacceptable and foolish. And he is going to shove you again. Give me another strength check. Oh,
Oh, I thought that was gonna be a what? My God,
you,
what?
you actually beat the roll this time.
Yes!
You managed to
Boo.
hold your ground.
Listen, brother. I thought it would be helpful in our new lands. I wasn't too worried. I figured once we get back home, our God will be more than generous to wipe whatever unclean things in me out.
And why would he want to help you
'Cause
if you
we're-
would take something like this upon yourself?
It's just the spirit. Giving me more power. And we're already fighting things anyways. I thought a couple extra things to help us out. be honest, I didn't think it completely through. Okay. More of a act first, question about later.
No kidding.
Thinking like that is exactly why I always win. And he's going to shove you again. Give me another strength check.
He is gonna lose this time. Clearly, because this roll is gonna be good, right?
He shoves you back against the edge of the ring again.
I'm not losing.
My
Not
God
losing.
on my side.
I'm gonna give him some oomph on this one. Dexterity or strength? Which one would you like?
Either one for your attack.
Come on. What the fuck?
Okay. Oh, did I roll?
What the fuck?
Ooh. You do win that one and shove him back to the center of the ring.
Keep on being aggressor on this one.
Okay.
More dexed.
Give me a strength check as he rolls back against you, trying to push. You actually manage to hold your ground.
Ooh.
You can go ahead and give me a dexterity check if you'd like to try and shove him again.
I would say it's better, but you son of a bitch!
He
Clearly, I'm
manages to
not.
hold his ground as well. You hear a voice inside your head. It's a dark power speaks out.
What does this?
Show him the strength I have given you, and end this. You feel the energy pour into you. If you accept this, you will have advantage on the next roll.
I was gonna thunder palm strike him.
Oh my God.
I mean, you could do that if you'd like. You could roll an attack for that if you'd like.
I mean,
With advantage, if you embrace your
With
power.
advantage if you embrace your power, that's true.
I think we all know what's gonna happen.
It's
I
just a
think we
dream.
do.
It's just a dream. It doesn't matter.
Damn, I can't click it.
You can't click it. There you go.
I didn't.
Just roll an unarmed attack.
Okay.
With advantage if you are accepting the Dark Powers assistant.
Oh, so like just unarmed. Okay. No. I'm gonna do this because without his help, I got this.
Okay. A 20 does hit. Roll 3d10.
That's a lot of my health. No, it's not really.
Just enough to sap your ass out of the circle.
The impact of the
you.
palm connects with his chest, and you see a wave of energy cross over his body as a black spot appears on the white feathers of his chest, and he is launched from the ring. As he falls down towards the sand, you see his body start to become sand itself as it scatters.
I think I put too much of that strike. Oh God, what have I done? What have I done?
You see the wind start to pick up, moving in a circle around you. Continues to get faster and faster until it creates a dust devil that surrounds you. And that is where we are going to move on to Harkham.
Why do all my dreams in this game are nightmares? Every one of them. They're never good.
Well, that's what happens when you accept the dark power into yourself.
This has happened on multiple characters at this point. It's a fucking theme.
And you
Harkham, how
always
does your
take the dark powers on all your characters.
Guilty.
Harkham, as you are searching the town, looking
random
for, I'm sorry, what?
I get a random headache,
Chest pain.
chest pain, heartburn.
Give me a perception check, as you're keeping an eye out for suspicious people, primarily
Yeah.
focusing on anyone that might look like Blex or Galadesh.
And I remember the smell, so... Ooh, advantage because I remember their smell? Fuck. I mean, 24.
24. As you are flying around, you do not see anyone skulking around that looks or appears like Galadesh as you had seen him. You don't even see any of the group of Raylans that was kind of sneaking around the town before.
Goddamn groups of Raylands.
More than one of them?
I didn't know there were that many Raylands.
It's groups of Raylan. I think it's Raylan's groups. There we go.
So many Raylands.
Any of Raylan's groups.
We can't see your apostrophe S.
But you do see something that draws your attention near a pretty empty part of town. An individual is standing in the middle of an open area. The training grounds, it looks like, outside of the nearby barrack. A bit off from them, to where the light doesn't quite fall upon his form. But he just seems to be standing out there, kind of staring off over the wall.
Oh, not at me. I assumed he'd just be staring straight at me. I'm gonna sneak up behind him.
Give
Or
me a
at least
stealth
as
check.
close as I can get to where I'm not too safe out in the open. Hiding it somewhere nearby. Ooh, 34.
Okay. You land not far from the barracks, moving up along the edge of the wall. You can see him probably about 60 feet away, a good distance away from the light, but you're able to make out this figure. You've seen him a few times. He's pretty unmistakable by his long black hair and the armor emblazoned with the crest of Ravenloft. You see Strahd von Zarevich. He seems to be staring off over the wall, kind of north towards the mountains.
North towards the mountain.
Yes.
And there's just nobody else around.
Doesn't seem as if there is not anyone in the field. There are
Oh.
people in the street nearby, guards and
What a
things
sneaky
of that nature, but
You could end this right now.
And there's nothing around me, right? Within 10 feet that I don't see
what do you mean?
with blind sense.
Oh, with blind sight. No, you do not sense anyone that you don't see.
I'm gonna get my whistle out and I'm gonna watch him.
You're gonna watch him?
Yeah, see what he does.
Okay.
Because every time I come across him, it seems like he's seen me, right? Even though I
Yes.
feel like I've been hidden, he always sees me.
Yes.
So I'll stay a bit further back, but I'll watch him.
Okay. He continues to stare off towards the mountain for a few minutes. Reaches down into his pocket and he pulls something out. Looks like a small pouch. He looks inside of it. Seems to be fiddling around with something in it. Closes it back, puts it back in his pocket.
I'll walk up to him.
Okay.
I'll assume he does that for more than like 15 minutes, I'll get bored.
Okay. Yeah, he does seem to be out there for quite a bit. Just kind of looks like he's waiting on something, maybe? It's not very clear. Okay. As you approach, it is an open field. So you will be out in the open.
Yeah.
Okay. As you make your way around the wall of the building and out through the field, you get a few feet out there, and you see him turn towards you. His eyes fix on you. He makes no motion to reach for his weapon or anything. He just small smile and a gentle nod of his head
Why are you
as you
here?
continue to approach. Place is quite terrible, isn't it?
It's a bit of an understatement, yes. What are you looking towards? What is in those mountains?
I'm just taking a good look at the land as they are now.
You fear they will change?
I think that all things change eventually. There's so many people who have come here before. So many lost to the darkness here.
You lied to me, you know. I don't appreciate that.
I offered you all an opportunity to leave this land, to not interfere or meddle, but
You told me you would deal with that cult, of why we were here. You said you would get rid of them, not befriend them.
do not have friends. But you do. Don't you care for them?
I have grown in attachment to some, yes.
Then why? Why would you not convince them to leave this prison when you have a chance?
There are things left undone, things you are stopping us from doing.
Things you will not complete. Fool's errand.
Isn't that the whole point of being immortal? These fool errands? Well, we may not get it done, we will certainly try.
Well,
I think it's best you leave now.
it will be quite a shame. But it will be entertaining. And for that, I thank you.
You're welcome. I'll blow the whistle 3 times.
Okay. The whistle alerts, or lets out a shrill whistle 3 times in a row, and you hear a couple of shouts from the nearby road as guards start to rush in the direction, blowing their own whistles, and you hear an echo of whistles down through the streets. The smirking visage of Strahd fades into mist in front of you, and the mist floats off into the dark of the night. which takes us over to Nakari. Nakari, as you are searching around the town using your divine sense and detect evil and good, you feel a momentary sense of something undead for a brief second, and you continue to attempt to pinpoint the location of it, but it doesn't seem to be around for more than just a second. You hear the voice of the Sun Sword in your head. And it asks, do you think that the darkness had changed him, and that's how he became who he is? You're muted or something, because you are not talking, even if you're pressing your push to talk.
Muted.
Yeah, it was good.
I just assumed she hated us.
I think that the darkness didn't make him that way. I think that it brought out things about him that were already there.
Then you don't think there's a chance at redemption for him?
I believe that there's a chance of redemption for everyone, but they have to want it. I don't think he wants it. I think that he likes the power that Vampire gives him.
Then it is clear. We will have to destroy him. And to lock away Vampire.
That's the plan. I'm hoping that it works out that way.
Well, before you had kind of felt a very angry emotion coming from the sword. For some reason, this doesn't feel angry. This almost feels kind of sad.
Are you alright?
You good, bro?
I would like to think that even a creature as evil as him could be reformed, that there was a hope for him. But perhaps you were right. He is too far gone, and the darkness has too great of a hold on him. I shouldn't feel this way for what he did to me, but for some reason I do.
You talking about your blade?
Yes.
I am sorry that you had to see that again.
It was good to know. I feel like I am remembering something as we see what happened. So, this is for the best.
I've been wanting to talk to you as well. I guess that you've kind of figured by now, but I've also made a deal with a dark power at the Ember Temple.
I don't know what you would do such a thing for, but it seems it is dangerous. And I hope that what happened to him does not happen to you.
I hope so as well, but I was wanting to be transparent about that, so you could choose if you want me to use you or not. Like, if you would feel more comfortable with someone else.
Like me. Like me.
For now, we must free these lands, these people. I do not think that I am in a position where I can truly choose who it is that makes that happen. If this will lead to our shared solution, then I have no complaint. I do feel that you should look inward and fight this darkness.
I have been. I haven't given into it much. I agree, so I could have my memories back. But there's been other things that, I don't know, it whispers, I guess, that I've been able to ignore for the most part.
I hope you remain steadfast. And perhaps it was the darkness in Strahd that was already there that allowed that power such free reign. As Nakari continues her journey around the town, searching, you all hear a series of whistles going off throughout the town, seeming to culminate at a place near the guardhouse in the town of Valak.
I'll start making my way towards them.
Okay. I see that. I don't know what it is. Oh, I do know what it is.
Oh no! Oh.
It was my lightning bolt.
Oh, okay.
Where would I be at my little time travel bee thingy when I hear the whistles?
Time travel?
Well, I did my stuff a long time ago, but also at the same time as you.
You would be still circling around the outside walls of the village.
Post slaughter or pre slaughter?
Post slaughter.
All right, I'll head over there.
Depends on which slaughter you mean.
Okay. Lane, Ra, the whistles do rouse you from your sleep, Ra. But you can choose to go back to sleep or go and investigate.
They got it.
I'll investigate, I guess. I mean, I'm already up, right?
You did get
Oh,
woke
that's
up,
true.
yes.
I'm
Well,
already
I
up.
mean, you can get woke up and go back to sleep and still complete your long rest, like within a reasonable time.
Unless your name is Sean, in which case you're fucked.
It is true. I read that online.
Are you on my Facebook page?
Maybe.
Tough one.
Not really.
Well, I mean, whether I want to go investigate or not. Yeah, fuck it. Go see. I can always turn back around and go back to sleep.
Reminds me of she sleeping through the artillery in Afghanistan. Yeah.
Yeah, at some point you're like, fuck it, if it hits me, it hits me.
Yeah, I actually I saw the Reddit thing about someone making like himself like a Kevlar blanket. It kept happening, and he kept getting annoyed that they would have to go sit in the hallway with a helmet on. He's like, if I'm gonna fucking die, I might as well die
Sleep.
relatively comfortable. And yeah, you pretty much they had like sheets of Kevlar, and he just made himself a little Kevlar cocoon and just slept through the next couple motor strikes or whatever.
Oh.
Is this happening while I'm on my way back, like leaving the tavern? If so I'll just look around.
Yeah. You see some guards making their way in a hurried fashion towards the guardhouse.
Oh, can I grab
which
one
is-
if one walks past?
Yeah.
What's going
sure.
on?
Well, I don't know. They've raised an alarm.
All right,
Seems
I'll
to be
go
coming
with
from the
them.
barracks.
I'll go to the barracks with them. I'll follow them.
Who gave Hark him a whistle?
What's going on? I don't know. That's what we're going to look for.
That makes sense.
Kim asked for a whistle and got a whistle.
Yeah, why don't you ask for a whistle next time?
I kind of regret not getting a whistle. I wouldn't have had to slaughter those vampires. I could have been like, hey guys, there's some vampires over here. Guess I'll kill them myself.
Okay, you all make your way over to where Harkem is. Ra, you did say you were sleeping, yes?
Oh, I was gonna go check it out too.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You sound like you don't want to. Just
I
go
got,
to sleep then.
I got confused by the Kevlar blanket conversation. It threw me for a loop. I was like, wait, so is he saying he's staying?
He's in a Kevlar cocoon right now.
No,
Is he
I'm
in a
gonna,
Kevlar
yeah, no, I'm gonna go see what it is, and then if it's not too serious, I'm gonna immediately turn back around and go back to sleep. So I'll make my way.
You do see your assembled friends and some guards gathered around. Guards quickly approaching you, Harkem, as they say, "What's going on here? What? You raised the alarm. What is going on?"
Strahd was here.
A dozen swords fly free from their sheaths as they look around expectantly. Some of them putting their backs up against each other, and you see obvious fear crossing every single one of them's face.
Was here.
Oh.
He faded to mist and seemed to vanish.
But
he was
I'm
just...
going back.
He was in here.
Going back to church.
He was looking north. I don't know what that means. What's up there?
North is the lake and the mountains.
That solves that mystery.
Is Isaac around? I would post a heavier guard. His friends might not be far behind.
See one of the guards shout off to another one, tell him to carry that information to Isaac. He takes off running.
How does he do that? How does he just get into places like that and nobody sees him?
I mean,
if he turned into mist to leave, he
Hasn't
probably
he
turns into
said-
mist to get here.
as they said a couple times that he is like this is like his land.
No, we severed his connection, didn't we? Or weakened it, at least. Did we sever it fully, or did we just weaken it?
I think if we severed it completely, Barovia would be falling apart right now.
True.
It might just be the power that he gets from Vampire.
Yeah, like I feel like
Is there a way we can stop that? Because he's going to be mighty hard to kill if he can just fade to mist. At will. Does anybody else know of these powers?
All I have is the ritual that I showed you to try and get rid of it. Or try to lock Vampire back up.
But we still have to, like, defeat him first. Right? And then the power comes to help him, and we like, aha, we got you power, and we put it in the Ember.
is there a vacuum spell?
Lane, give me a religion check.
Oh. Lane knows something locked deep
I
inside
think
the
I know
memories.
something, but Harkem doesn't know something.
Damn it!
Oh, neither does Lane.
I had advantage on that. Right?
Vampires have a lot of pretty unique abilities. You're not exactly sure about all of them, but it's possible that this is just one of them accessible to powerful vampires.
Is there a way we can just stop his abilities? Does anybody know of anything? Would anybody in this town know of anything? I don't
Just
see
to
how we can
stop his
fight him if we can
abilities?
just fade into mist.
Well,
I think
have
Strahd
one.
will just fight us.
I do have one book we can look through for answers.
Oh, true.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I think that's going to be a priority. And yeah,
We have
you're
to
right.
finish that, right?
If we are in a place where he has no choice but to fight us, he can't run. Then that's just one way to solve that issue. Like his
But is he
castle, for
go- is-
example. Start tipping
Right.
chairs, throwing his bookshelves around.
I feel
What
like
is he gonna do? Just run all over Barovia? I mean, I think Strahd is arrogant enough to just fight us.
I feel like Strahd is arrogant enough to not think he
Feel
can be
somebody
beat.
just said that. I also feel like Strahd is arrogant enough to not.
One of the
run.
guards says, "You know what? I think he's got an ego. I think he'll fight you."
You wanna fucking go, bro?
No.
Wanna go with us? Yeah, let's go, man. You sound like one of the group.
Sorry. I'll just get back to my post. I don't want to get involved. Sorry.
Like
Yeah,
I
get
under,
out of here, scram.
Alright.
I understand that that's what you were saying, but I was just adding on that he doesn't seem like the type that thinks he will lose, and so I don't think it'll be as much of an issue.
Once he gets to the point where he's weakened, though, what stops him from just fading to mist and running, recuperating and coming back?
Then we'll fight him again and beat him
Us,
again.
us burning his castle down.
That is true. Okay. I think you're
He's
going.
got
I
a-
think you got something.
He's got us. He has to rest somewhere. We just got to figure out where that somewhere is, and I would guess it's in his castle.
Is that what they do? They have a resting place?
Cough.
Do I know a lot
Do-
about vampires? What does
do-
Harkem
do-
know about vampires?
Give me a religion check.
All
Do you not have a
right.
sleeping place?
There
Oh, you say
are
religion or history? Religion?
religion.
Religion.
There are a small amount of number of vampires or vampiric type creatures in Harakir. These creatures typically live deep down in forgotten tombs, feeding on grave robbers, leaving their blood-drained corpses inside the tombs. You don't know a lot about what goes on with them, just that they can be pretty dangerous and that they rarely, if ever, venture out from these tombs. And you've never seen one out in the light of Harakir.
So they must have some kind of safety net in these safe zones they have.
What does
If it's as
Lorchak
he's,
know about vampires?
Give me a religion check.
if it's as that guard and some others said, he's arrogant enough. I bet it's just in his bedroom on a throne or something.
Like a phylactery? I know everything.
Nice. Same,
It was a
same.
17. It was a 17, and then it rolled over.
Nobody knows more about me than vampires,
It's
and I know very little.
there isn't a lot that you know about vampires other than how well they burn. Both in your experience in Barovia and past experience. It's never been really necessary to research them. Just killing them's always been pretty simple for you and Lane.
God, why don't you just play a character that knows more about vampires or something?
Yeah, just play a character called Van Helsing. Come on.
No, it was Nero.
Oh man, Nero. Nero was a vampire-ish.
Yeah.
You definitely know how to kill him.
He was vampire adjacent.
Well, then we have to read that book, so I guess we call it a night.
I'm gonna start patting my pockets and my bags. I'm like, "Where's the book?"
Hopefully
No,
the
it's what-
secret is in that book. We can decide where to go from there once we read it or finish it.
What? What book? All right, I need to go rest for a few hours, and then I can start looking through the book when everyone else is awake. Obviously, not gonna.
Okay.
You guys in
On the
mid.
way back, I'll give like the descriptions of Gallaudet and what I've heard of blacks, because I've never seen her, and I'll also tell them
Okay.
like how they smell, because that's what something with Harkir or Harkem, not Harkir, Harkem from Harkir would say,
Okay.
and let them know to like spread that around.
Okay. One of the guards, very attentively paying attention, makes a kind of curious look when you describe the smell of them as some mix between moldy bread and
Rotten corpse in the
undead
graveyard.
creatures. But it's very distinct moldy bread.
I've never gone grave digging. It's like that scent of the soil right before you get to the body.
No.
Oh, sorry.
What do you guys do here for fun? Jesus.
Well, I need a break, so good luck with all of that. I'm not salaried like the rest of you guards. I need time off.
Hey, even salaried people are entitled to time off.
Okay, so Ra has went back to continue his rest. Harkem, you are going off to get a rest, correct, or no?
Yeah.
Vortak as well.
Rested.
Lane
Yes.
and Nakari, what are the two of you doing?
How close am I to needing my 4 hours?
I do not recall exactly what time that you woke up.
7:42 a.m.
On a Thursday.
I feel like it was pretty early. You're
Might have
not
been early.
quite there, but you're getting close. Like in the next. Well, actually, if you got a good bit of time. Like you could stay awake for a little bit.
I think we woke up super early because we went to bed super early to get it started.
Yeah, you did wake up super early because you went to bed super early. But it is still not quite midnight, so
I'm gonna kind of finish patrolling around. I want to keep an eye out for as long as I can, and then I'll go back to the church for my 4 hours.
okay. Lane, what are you doing?
Going to sleep.
Okay.
Sleep, you silly goose.
Nakari, as you patrol around the town, give me a perception check. Okay. So you are traveling around the town. The clouds that cover the sky tonight look particularly dense, making it pretty dark in the town aside from the sparse lanterns that are lit. It very long intervals throughout the town. And the guards carrying lanterns themselves as they patrol through the street. It seems pretty quiet, but the amount of guards, you could cast light on your gloves to give yourself a light as you walk around the village. You do see an increased number of guards patrolling through the streets. They do appear to be searching down alleys in fairly decent-sized groups of 6 or more. There's something else that you keep seeing, but As you turn to look towards it, it seems just out of your view, almost as if it fades away as you look at it. A almost low-hanging cloud. Thick mist that seems to exist just at the edge of your vision. As you continue to try and focus on it when you see it, you hear a voice in your head. Sword is a fool thinking that someone such as Strahd could possibly be forgiven. He is evil. He deserves to pay for his transgressions. You recognize this to be the voice of your dark power. You say anything in response? This is Nakari.
Okay, I was to say, I was like, I didn't hear you
Getting
say Ra,
confused
but
with
I'm
a lot
like,
of
Dark
people with
Power.
dark
I'm like,
power.
did I not hear him say Ra? Okay. Disregard that. Dark Power,
You're
going
not-
back to sleep.
You're not the only one with a dark power, Raw, you silly goose.
You're not even in the minority. Okay.
Forgiveness is something that everyone can choose to give. I might not be able to forgive Strahd, but if the sword feels like he can forgive him for whatever he did to him, then maybe it's better for his soul.
A fool choosing to be righteous does not make him any less of a fool. I think that you will see things how I see them in time.
Is that you want? Do you want to be let free like Strahd let Vampira free by breaking the amber?
It's not a matter of want anymore. I will be free. You will help me. Do not allow the name that the mortals gave us to dissuade you. I am on your side. I want what you deserve. I want what Strahd deserves.
I'll stay quiet at that.
Okay. The rest of your watch continues to feel uneasy. You don't see the shifting cloud anymore, but you feel this intense sensation that you are being walked. But as the next 4 hours go by, Vortak and Lane, you rouse from your slumber. Ra, you are almost finished with your long rest. Or not slumber, rather, your trance. You do not sleep. You simply wait.
Nice.
So you may take a long rest for getting your spell slots back and your hit points that you might have missed or might have lost.
Can I take the first 10 minutes upon waking to ritual cast Mage Armor on myself?
Yes, you may.
Someone just died?
Either that or they stepped on a frog.
Ribbit.
I think Steven's typing something.
No.
Is there anything the two of you would like to do as you wake up other than the mage armor?
No, I'm just going to cast Mage Armor, and then I will wait for everyone else to rouse so that we may finally delve into this book to see if we can find some answers on how to defeat Strahd.
About 4 hours, and I'm going to be sleeping for 4 hours. That'd be a nice good morning present.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, you just wake up and get into it. Yeah, let's do that.
I'm gonna time it. So as soon as we hear Harcam go, we're in.
How? That is how Rob wakes up, not me.
Sorry, I can't tell. I honestly can't tell the difference
That
between
is
the two.
super
Harcam
racist.
says har, not ra.
Yeah, come on. You never played Pokemon?
I'm playing this weird one lately where I get to go around and carve them up. And it's like, Rathalos! Rathalos!
Lane, are you assisting Vortak with deciphering the tome, or is he doing this alone?
Yeah, I'll help him.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever done that before. So.
You can roll
You
the
did last
Arcana check
time.
with advantage if you would like. I believe it's Arcana or History, maybe.
Oof.
Oh
Yep,
man,
I'm gonna
Give
roll
me that
with
advantage.
advantage.
Oh boy, thanks, Lane.
Okay.
I'm helping.
I'm helping.
I was reading it
I'm
upside
doing
down,
my
and
part.
then Lane comes up and like turns the book in my hands.
This place is really getting to you.
I'm doing my
Okay.
part.
After about an hour, Ra, you awake. Or you awaken and find yourself here in the church. I'm assuming everyone went to the church for sleep.
I thought we were going to the tavern, so nobody said anything different. I went back to the tavern. That's where we've been
Ra
sleeping,
was
right?
at the,
Not the church?
Ra was at the church sleeping.
We were all at the church. Yeah.
It was safe.
I think you would know that we went to the church to sleep. We slept in the church. This is the second night.
We all walked back there
Did
together.
we sleep in the church last time?
Yeah.
I think
No.
so. No.
I
no,
thought
you went to
we read the
tavern to
book in
sleep.
the church and went back to the tavern.
Yeah, and then you went back to the tavern.
Oh.
Ra did go
Oh,
to
that's
sleep at
Yeah,
the
because you
church,
went to
though.
your room, and I said I don't want to be in your bubble, so I went to my own room.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Why the fuck are we sleeping in the church, Raw? What the hell?
See, that's what
Because
I'm asking.
it's safe. No
God.
vampires can get in here.
That's probably
I don't
not
see anybody
accurate.
in the tavern, so I just take my normal bed, give a sober to the bartender, and go to sleep.
Okay.
Send a message to Arkham. Where are you? We are in the chapel. What?
Why are you in the chapel? Oh yeah, oh I'll give an extra silver piece for Doll too. Love Doll.
Were we
You
not
would.
always sleeping in the chapel? As you hear Lane trail off, as the message ends.
We never once slept in the tavern or the chapel. I'm in the tavern where we usually sleep.
I mean, one night isn't usually, but
We've slept in this tavern a lot more than one night.
I don't remember. I don't sleep.
Maybe not you. Yeah, see, at least double the amount of times. Pretty sure Raylan even slept in the fucking stables outside the tavern because he was weird like that.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did sleep.
That's
in
where
the
he
stables.
sold the children.
Oh, that
I
is
didn't-
where he sold the children,
No,
that son of
that's
a
I
why
bitch.
they
did not
made the deal to sell the
Yeah, made the
child.
deal, yeah.
There was no
That's
selling.
where
I
he
got.
was engaging in human trafficking.
Yeah, literally.
I did
Did
not
you
receive any gold.
exchange children for goods or services?
No,
Alright, Andrew Tate, whatever.
I rehomed them.
You rehomed. That's. You can't even rehome pets on Facebook, let alone children in Barovia.
Well, good news. Good news. I didn't go through Facebook. Craigslist.
Anything is free there.
Yeah.
Everything that happens there is illegal.
Well, it might not be legal, but
Only if
it's
you get caught.
it's
And
allowed.
Raylan
And I
got
didn't.
caught.
I did not get caught
You totally got caught!
only because you guys were metagaming.
That is not true at all.
How'd Strahd get those kids? Weird. Oh, it just kind of slipped out from under us.
Don't worry, we took care of them. They're no longer a problem.
Yeah, we did. No.
Could have solved that
Oh.
problem. We could have solved this problem the day we got them.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It would have been easier. I will admit that.
Yeah.
It would have.
Vortek might not have gotten as many powers though, so
So, like, not to derail this too much, but my adventures, the
Oh, yeah.
Strahd game, we killed the children.
Oh my
We
god.
definitely
like-
murdered the kids.
like you should have.
You guys are awful people.
They were monsters.
I don't even think
Raylan-
that's like your character speaking. That's like, I,
Raylan-
Sean, want to murder children.
Remember the harpy babies? It's the same
Yeah, it was exactly. I agree. It's the same thing.
thing. Yeah, Raylan kills monsters, regardless of gender or age. He does not discriminate.
Yeah, but you didn't kill him, did you?
That was like
yeah,
the
gave 'em.
perfect thing too, because Sage had always saw himself as a monster, and you're like, yeah, these things are fucking monsters. Fuck monsters. I killed them.
And if Raylan would have figured out you were a changeling, we would have solved that problem too.
Wow.
By
my
Raylan
God.
no longer existing.
The harpy nest was intended to be foreshadowing, though.
That was so fucked. That was foreshadowing. You're right.
For
Because not,
what?
not
The
only did they kill the
children?
harpy babies, they fucking made
Yeah,
it a
for-
game
for-
like skeet shooting. They skeet shot the fucking harpy babies. Somebody threw them and somebody yelled pull and they shot them.
Difficult, potentially morally gray decisions that you guys were like, yep,
Pull!
yep, this is pull. Oh.
Hey, pull that morally gray lever over there. See if that shoots out the babies.
I didn't even think that was horrible.
Oh my gosh, it burned down the world tree.
How can I turn this
Oh,
morally
too
gray
soon?
situation into as fucked up
Too
as
soon?
possible?
Hey, did you guys enjoy breakfast yesterday? There were some extra harpy eggs.
Anyways, children
Yes,
selling
anyway.
aside.
Yes, back to what we were doing. Nakari, after your watch, did you go to rest or what did you go do?
I went back to the church to take my rest and meditate in the church.
Okay. Then carry the 2, add the 1.
And the 3. No, subtract the 1. See, that's where you're fucking up.
If it makes you
No,
feel any
you're-
better,
You might be right.
Raylan was much more of a monster than Says it ever was.
And that's what he tried to get you to see. About
know,
your
right.
actions, not your appearances.
All right, next time we come across
Those
some
kids
harpy
never
babies,
did anything.
I will let.
But Raylan sold children
I
for his
rehomed
own
them.
good.
Rehomed. Relocated, maybe? Anyway, we're getting off topic again. Ra, Lane, and Vortak in the church, awake. Vortak and Lane deciphering the Tome of Strahd. Nakari completes her trance, and Harkem has awakened across town in the tavern.
Yeah, I'm not even there.
Well,
Arr.
let's hope there's no range requirements on this thing.
Thank you. Long rest button. Boop. Got my will from the grave, reset my wand of winter. Add more
You have a
fire
winter
centipede
wand?
poison, because Boba said I get them for free every day.
It's true. I heard him.
No, I don't know if that happens.
It's 2 against 1. I
Now with
heard it.
that attitude, you can't.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying I don't think it happens.
If I woke up, though, and nobody's here... I don't know. Oh, no, I do know they're in the tavern. He sent me a message. Yeah, okay, never mind. I'll go to the church. Or the church.
Okay.
He said he sent a message that he was in the church.
Harkem arrives at the church, and as he comes in, why are you all sleeping at the church? We've been sleeping at the tavern. This is absolutely crazy. Mist begins to pour out of the bindings of the Tome of Strahd, surrounding all of you and blocking out the sounds of the village.
And my discrepancy.
Raylan, or not Raylan. Who am I? Vortak.
Nero.
Mentally.
I don't remember your
Arcady
other
pats
character's
himself
name.
on his back for timing.
He's actually
His
been
name
shot
was
the whole time.
Casimir.
I was gonna say, what's the brain in the jar you have in your bag's name?
Casimir. Cas.
Oh yeah, cashmere. That's right. Like the sweater.
Yes. He's fancy as fuck.
As the mist begins to surround you all, that's where we're going to take a break. As we return to the church in Vallaki, the mist swelling up from the bindings of the Tome of Strahd, encircling your group, blocking out the sounds of the village, you find yourselves once again in the strange plane in between memories. And you hear Strahd's voice. I wish you had someone like Tatiana. He enthused at me. Oh, but I will, I thought.
Oh no.
Mist begins to fade away. And you hear the sounds celebration.
Oh, I hear him.
As you look around, a joyous melody sings through the air. You find yourselves in the courtyard of Castle Ravenloft. The jubilance of a verdant spring afternoon energizes your skin. Dozens of guests are gathered with wine in hand, conversing with people of a wide range of races and decorated in spectacular tunics and dresses of fine silk. With the ringing of a bell, they all draw their attention toward a beautiful stained glass window depicting a white knight and blonde-haired bride who seem almost alive as the sun shines through it. The gathered guests begin to walk toward a single doorway leading into the castle. As you look down at yourself, you find yourselves in very similar garb.
Are we outside? Right? Where you said?
Yes, you are all in the courtyard, aside from Nakari, who is not
And
with you.
Oh no.
and
It's
is
Tatiana.
the sun out?
The sun is out.
Do I have my
Vortex.
wings?
Vortex just gonna look up at the sun for a while because it's been a while.
It's been a while. Do I have my wings?
You do have your wings, yes.
How does that work with a suit? I'll
Just
try.
hold it.
Not
I'm
very
gonna
well.
sit there and try to stare at them and see if I can see it.
You can see what, your wings?
Yeah.
You do see your wings. They flap around.
What if we can
Okay.
knock someone's drink?
I want to check my pocket real quick. Do we still have our stuff on there?
You do have all of your stuff on you, it seems.
Can I look for that gold rose we got from the last one?
You do still have it on you.
It still just looks normal.
It does look like a gold rose.
I'll put it back.
Fairly large fellow with a big, thick mustache that curls at the ends upward, approaches you, slapping a hand on Vortex's back as he looks up towards the sun. Such a joyous day. Look at, even the Morning Lord has come out to see such an event. He raises his glass of wine, spilling a little bit of it off onto the cobblestones below. What?
I agree. Can you explain to my friends here what we're celebrating again?
The nuptials between Sergei von Zarevich and his beautiful bride, Tatiana.
Oh, right. Yeah, see, I told you.
I thought it was something else.
Ha!
It is said that Strahd, his older brother, and the Lord Baron of the castle, commissioned that window over there, looking at the stained glass window, for the event. Isn't it quite impressive?
Is it of
Seems
Sergei,
quite-
too?
Yeah. Does it look more like Strahd than Sergey?
Just looks like a white knight and a blonde bride.
Ah, generic.
Yeah, anyone can see themselves as that white knight.
I knew Strahd was a white knight. Damn incels.
Classy.
How far away is the stained white glass thing or stained glass thing?
The stained glass window?
Yeah.
It is.
Not nearby
is-
enough to get a closer look.
I mean, you can move closer to it if you'd like.
Yeah, I want to
Pick
get a
up a
closer
rock.
look at it.
It's about 10 feet off the ground. Pretty big window on the side of the chapel. Most of these windows are about 10 feet wide and almost 20 feet tall. Quite
Pick up a rock.
large windows.
You said Strahd commissioned it, so I want to see if there's anything weird about it.
Okay. You can give me an investigation check if you'd like.
Yeah.
I pick up a rock?
No, my God. 20.
Nothing about this window really seems off or strange. It looks really well crafted, quite detailed. This one, compared to some of the other ones, despite being newer, also seems to be of better craftsmanship.
What was your name again, fella?
Oh, I am, Therault Goodfellow.
Oh, my good fellow.
I'm I'm in the line for, becoming Duke, you see, and, my attendance here is quite sought after by the Ravenloft, or the Von Zarevich family.
Duke Goodfellow does have such a nice ring to it.
Are you here for the bride or the groom?
Bride.
We're here for the groom.
He's here
Okay.
for the groom. I'm here for the bride.
Oh wait, the groom is... No, the groom is Sergey. No, yeah, we're here for the bride. Sorry, I thought the groom was Strahd for a second.
I was like,
It will be, but...
I only know one of them personally, so.
Yeah, we're here for the bride. Sorry, I got confused.
I only know one
Ah.
intimately.
When...
Citizens of Barovia, then. How quaint.
That is a word I would use as well. How,
If you'll
how
excuse
far
me,
off?
and he turns away, looking towards someone, and raises up a hand. Oh yes, of course, I'll be right there.
I take offense.
That guy didn't even call him.
Briskly walks off, joining into the crowd of people that are now pouring in to what appears to be the cathedral.
I feel like we should be insulted.
I grab an hors d'oeuvre as they pass by. I'm sure they are.
Strahd's not. He's cheap.
We cut over to Nakari. Nakari, you find yourself in a very nice, elegant room. Large four-post bed sits at the back of it. You, dressed in a very elegant, very flowing wedding dress, as handmaidens busy themselves about styling up your hair. It's a big day today. Sergey's such a lucky man, one of them says as she pins up your hair.
He's speechless.
Yes.
I think she would say something like, I'm the lucky one.
Aww.
Aww.
She's like, what did I say at my wedding with Boba? I don't know why I called him Boba at my wedding, but that's what we did.
Honestly, at my wedding, I asked who ate my...
ate the cake. She didn't hold down the button for cake, but
Oh, I was a little nervous.
ate my blank. That's what they heard.
Oh.
Yeah.
You gotta hold down that push to talk.
Otherwise, someone will fill in those blanks.
Oh no!
And you're not gonna like the
Oh
answer.
no.
Wait, my
I don't know if
husband.
that was an intended pun, but it worked as one.
tried.
Anyway, she says, "Oh yes, it is quite spectacular. Any girl's dream to meet someone such as he and to live in a castle like this. The Morning Lord has certainly smiled upon you."
I don't know what to say to that.
Mind your business.
Okay. She continues busying herself with finishing up your hair. And she says, We must hurry out there. Don't want to keep him waiting on a day as important as this. The handmaidens begin to hurriedly rush you out as they put a bouquet of bright crimson red flowers into your hands and open the door, taking you down the hall. Those of you in the courtyard, did you join the group going into the cathedral, or were you doing anything else out in the courtyard?
I'm contemplating shocking grasping that guy that insulted us.
I look,
But-
I look around, see if there's anything out of the ordinary. I haven't been to a lot of weddings, but I feel like I would know what's not normal at a wedding.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Damn it. 24.
You notice that some of the attendants that are holding the doors open to the chapel, wearing very ceremonial-looking robes, appear a little bulkier than their frame and their robe would explain. It looks like they might be wearing armor beneath their robes.
Oh, it's a red wedding situation. Damn you, Game of Thrones.
They just seem armored though, not like assassiny. They're just like armored. That's not
Just seem to
right.
be wearing armor
Yeah, okay.
beneath their robes. That's really all that look like.
Does Lane look like she's wearing armor under her dress?
Heck
Or
yeah. I'm not wearing any dress, dude. I'm in full armor.
Yes,
I
I'm
wouldn't wear a
dressed
dress.
200 years. Come on.
she wore a dress that night, you know what I mean?
Oh my god. Guys, I'm blanking. Do you guys remember the name of those assassins?
No.
Trying to find
Well,
it, but I couldn't.
I don't either.
I totally forgot.
The Valver's Eye. Never mind, I found it.
Oh, the Balver's Eye, right? Yeah. I remember.
I don't see anything recognizing that seems similar to them, right? Like with the daggers, red daggers.
Oh no, you don't see any
Oh, okay.
red daggers or anything on them. Looks like they're wearing armor beneath their robe. They might have arms or something like that, but nothing that stands out and looks obvious.
I'll go into the cathedral. I'll kind of bump into one of the guards to make a clang noise on his armor. Oh, sorry. That was
Okay.
weird, though.
Oh, no problem, sir. Please, enter in. He takes an extra step back after you bump into him. Kind of gives you a little bit more room to walk through, gestures with his arm in through the door.
Doing a good job out there. Keep it up. And I'll wink at him.
He raises an eyebrow, kind of inquisitively at your wink, and nods before turning to look back at the other people or across the courtyard to see if there's any more people coming in.
Like
Ooh.
he doesn't.
That guy that walked away from us, rudely, good man, whatever. Like, watch that one. He seems suspicious.
Yeah, that mustache is off-putting.
Yes, it is.
He was
I think I'm
mumbling.
gonna have to kill a guard. Sorry, guys.
He was
Scott's
mumbling something.
offended,
About,
personally.
I feel personally attacked.
oh, the mustache! I get it now. Because you're gross.
Oh my! I have
Whoa,
a mustache too.
whoa! I have a
I'm
mustache.
relatively clean. How dare you?
I stand by
Dare
my
you.
statement. My mustache is my least favorite part of my beard. I should probably talk to Scott about it later, after this.
I feel like I heard a really weird sound effect in the background of this
Probably.
song.
Dude, listen, I keep hearing it, man. I'm
hear it
like,
too?
every time I hear it, I'm like, is that what's happening? There's
Is
no
that-
Okay, I'm not the
serious
only
moaning
one.
going on in that
Okay,
shit, dude.
okay, okay, I'm
Okay.
not crazy.
It's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up. Hold on, quiet. Okay, maybe that's off by a little bit.
We're being
Anyway,
subconsciously conditioned.
The four of you enter into a cathedral-like chapel capped by a 90-foot tall domed ceiling, raised by
Holy
towering archways. The white marble walls are wreathed by strings of flowers and vines. The decadent smell of a feast wafts from down the hall, blending with the fresh air and a symphony of flowers from the gardens. Guests filter into rows of chairs set to face the ceremony along the east wall. And standing at the front of the room as you pass, next to an altar carved with a bas-relief of angelic figures entwined with grapevines, is Sergei, in a white coat decorated with golden tassels and a priestly pendant on a cerulean ribbon hanging from his neck. At his waist is his sword, dazzling in chromatic fragments of sunlight gleaming through the painted glass. On his right, a noble in blue and gold priestly robes, standing poised to officiate. To his left, Strahd stands proudly in his red armor and a heavy black cape. He watches you all as you enter.
Does the officiant look like he is packing some?
Eat.
Give me a perception check.
tumble.
Why you just make me do things?
To ask questions?
The officiate appears to be wearing
Oh, progressive, this Barovia.
as you look at the officiate, you hear a name come to your mind. You don't know how you know this, but you don't know why you know this, but you know it has to come from the tome itself. This is Lady Ilona Dorovnia. And I'll spell that out for you if you want me to. I don't know. Need it.
Lady Baloney, got it.
I was good. I had it. I was writing it, and when he said that, okay, thank you. It fucked me up.
She does not appear to be wearing any armor beneath her robes. She is wearing what looks like traditional priestly garb.
I'm gonna lean into Lane and say, I think something terrible is about to happen.
Where's the usher? Where do we sit?
I wouldn't be here if
Curiosity,
there
let's
wasn't.
go. Actually, does it seem like there's anywhere to hide up near the back area where I wouldn't be seen?
There it is.
There are several open seats that if you're quick enough you can get to. There are some, yeah, I heard it.
I want to see it. I have not. I mean, I'm not one for hearing, obviously, but
It happens at about 4:30.
I've turned it
4:30
up.
Track.
What are we listening for?
I'll let you know when it comes up again.
I meant like
You'll notice.
It's
toward the
kind of
back,
like a scream, then maybe a whip, and then another scream.
It's some very aggressive moaning as well.
There is that.
I didn't want to call it a moan. I called
Did
it
you? Did you just mix the honeymoon and the party into the same?
Anyway,
he meant like more like toward the back, like maybe shadowed area where I wouldn't be seen. But if I don't see anything, no, just go.
the chapel is extremely bright,
Yeah.
with the sun pouring in through the very large stained glass windows that are all along the east wall, as well as several candles that seem to be lit among the chandeliers of the chapel.
Then I will
There's not
quickly as I
much for a dark
can
place.
take that furthest front seat that I saw open as I see that old
Okay.
man trying to get to it. Sorry, she's taken.
Oh,
Can't sit here.
just because they're young, think they own everything.
I'm sure there's a
probably,
seat back there, old man.
probably
Closer to
older
the
than
exit.
everyone in
Better
here.
for you.
The music, as you find your seats and sit down, the music stops and then changes to a different song, customary to play or to be played at weddings as the bride enters, and the double wooden doors at the west wall open as Tatiana enters, her handmaidens at her sides, and one holding the trail of her dress. She begins to walk into the room.
Do we see her as Nakari?
She does look like Nakari.
To be fair, though.
Right there, dude. 7:05.
You
Right
said
there. It's just
4:30. I
just
don't know.
happened. It just happened.
I
It
didn't
just
even-
happened.
You said you were
Maybe
gonna
it's
let
on
me
a
know
loop.
when it was coming.
It does
just
happen at
happened, sorry.
7:05.
Yep, exactly 7:05. So you got another 7 minutes.
It also happens at 4:30.
Yeah. Maybe it loops. Maybe it repeats throughout this track.
Nakari, what would you like to do?
Well, I figured if I would have entered, then it's time to like go up to where Sergey is.
Okay.
So I'll make my way up there.
Okay. Music continues as she walks up to the altar next to Sergey. As she does, the officiate
Oh, I heard it.
the officiate raises her hands, and the music stops. And everyone takes a seat, and she says, "We have gathered here today under the light of the morning, Lord." And then you hear a sound, Lane and Harkem, from the back of the room.
I'm in the front.
It's a soft groan. First, the sharp sound of steel crossing over steel, and then a soft groan. And then you hear another sound, which all of you hear. The snapping of a string,
Oh, is it a bow?
Oh.
and then a crossbow bolt flies forward, embedding itself beneath Strahd's left pauldron. Another fires from the back of the room towards Tatiana, but is stopped by Sergey as he lunges forward in between her and harm's way. It embeds itself into his shoulder, and a flower of blood stains his white shirt.
Oh no.
You see Strahd's pupils thin when the scent of the wound finds him.
Ugh.
His face seems to transform to that of a monster, and chaos breaks out among the cathedral. People begin to erupt in panic as more bolts are fired throughout the crowd. I need everyone to give me dexterity saving throws.
Hell yeah! I'm good at that.
Oh, I'm not good at that.
Is it an AoE ability? Fuck!
It is not an AoE ability, but it is either complete, fail, or save.
Oh, definitely a save, right?
Right.
Right?
Is it a melee attack?
It is not.
Is it a bolt attack
It's a
that Rock
bunch
can
of
catch?
crossbow bolts. Nakari, Vortak, and Elaine, all three of you are hit with crossbow bolts in the chaos, as well as several other guests. You take 20 damage.
Oof.
I will fall to the ground and feign death.
Okay. Give me a performance check.
That's funny.
Now,
Oh,
I
they
will
got
say,
one. Oh.
I will also say before you decide this, while it might be convincing, there are people rushing out of this place. Quite a
Oh, you're gonna
large
get
crowd.
crippled.
I know, but I want to see what happens in here, but I don't want to get shot again.
Okay.
play dead off to the side. You'll be all right.
Throughout all of this chaos, these people screaming and yelling and pushing each other to get out. You hear another voice, one that you had heard from the Amber Temple. Remove your obstacle. Strahd's face turns down there, or down towards Sergei. As he lunges down towards him, his fangs find Sergei's throat. And as Sergei reaches up with his sword, which he seems to have drawn as he rushed forward in front of Tatiana, it drops to the floor. The blade falls loose from the hilt and into the rapidly spreading pool of blood, though both pieces continue to dazzle in brilliant color from beneath the gore. The guests continue to flee, or attempt to flee, fighting at the door and scrambling to leave. It seems that for some reason, the doors are not opening. And there are many people within the crowd, weapons loose, striking at their unarmed target. What would you all like to do?
I want to
How
sneak up.
close am I to Sergei and Strahd?
He is right in front of you. Essentially at your feet.
I want to try to get Strahd off of him.
Okay, give me a wisdom saving throw. As you attempt to kneel down and feel this powerful sensation of fear pouring over you, you almost can't believe what you're seeing. It seems unreal and impossible, and it freezes you, paralyzed by the sight of it.
Oh.
If I
What
see
would
her,
everyone else like to do?
if I see her trying to get him off, I'll help. I'll quickly
Okay.
dash up and dig my talons into him and try to rip him off.
Okay. Give me a strength check. Or athletics check. Be an athletics.
You mean acrobatics?
Nope.
Oh, that was a 19. Come on.
Okay. You are unable to remove him. He is stuck onto him. Also, give me a strength saving throw.
Oh. See ya. Yeah.
You are launched into the crowd of people as he easily, as if tossing a small ball of paper, raises his arm and launches you into the crowd. You take... Holy
This is a
crap.
really good party.
You take 19 bludgeoning
Oh
damage from the
my
impact as you
God.
crash through several chairs. and people.
He's a monster.
Can I try? Can I
well-
try and choke his ass? I don't want to choke him, right? Like get my arm around.
Can I
his
try to
neck and
choke him?
fucking
I don't want to
his
choke
ass.
him.
You want to try and pull him off?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna fucking put my arm around his neck and like, you know,
Tug him
what
off?
is it called? Yeah, choke him. I want to put my arm around his neck, choke him, and pull him off.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
Yeah, pull him off.
Yeah, pull him off.
There we go.
Ooh, fuck it. There we go, baby. Let's go.
Okay. Lane reaches onto Strahd, grabbing him behind the neck, or around his neck, placing her hand behind his head, and just starts wrenching, trying to close off his windpipe and force a level of almost unconsciousness upon him as she wrenches him free. But Lane, you feel an unholy strength beneath you.
Damn.
His grip feels impossible to break almost. And as he brings his head back into your chin, give me a strength saving throw.
Ooh, not quite as good, but still alright.
Okay. You are knocked free of him, but not launched away. Vortek and Rob, what would the two of you like to do?
I am just watching from my lowered position
Okay.
because I know nothing we do here matters, and I just need to know what we need to learn what we need to learn.
Okay. Rob, what would you like to do? Oh, Vortek, from the ground, roll a d20 for me.
Stop.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Okay. Okay, you have the sense when you see the feet approaching you to roll off underneath the chair as much as you can, and it prevents you from getting trampled. One person does step on your hand. It fucking
They get
hurts.
They get launched 20 feet
God.
and electrocuted.
You all see just one person randomly launch up into the air, lightning crackling from the ground beneath them.
Weird.
But you manage to mostly be unscathed. Rob, what would you like to do?
Shit. Kind of want to watch and like, is there like a place to hide somewhere? Is like behind a statue or something that I won't get shot?
There are other people. There's a large
Human statue.
Stand behind Mr. Goodfellow.
It's Goodman.
Human shield.
Saul Goodman.
there is an altar at the front that looks like it might provide some cover. That the officiate has also seemed to have taken cover behind.
Find your own spot.
I was gonna hide with the
How you
official.
doing?
Okay, give me a stealth check as you make your way over there.
Might as well. This bolt going everywhere. Whoa!
Okay, you
Nice.
nimbly make your way through the flood of people that are trying to press themselves against the door as they manage to finally break their way through, some of which are cut down quickly by the individuals with the armor beneath their robes, now wielding all manner of bladed weaponry and striking out at them. Many of which do manage to make it out, crossbow bolts flying off to where you can't see, but you manage to make yourself behind or past Strahd as he feasts upon Sergei's blood, paralyzed with fear Nakari, and you find the officiate here, the priest, behind the altar as well.
Stealthy. What are you guys doing back here?
Oh, hiding, praying. And you hear her continuing to say something under her breath.
I knew I should have been a prostitute.
Oh my.
What?
Nakari, you are shaken from your paralysis as you feel two sets of hands on either side of you and hear the voices of your handmaidens. My lady, we must go. We must go, it's not safe. And they pull at you. Away from Strahd, away from Sergei, towards the open door. What do you do?
I'll follow them.
Okay. You see as Nakari, with her handmaidens, rushes towards the door. As they approach them, one of the armored figures rushes towards Nakari with their sword drawn, and one of the handmaidens puts herself between them, grabbing at his wrist and holding him back momentarily as she shouts, "Take the lady away!" And the other handmaiden continues to pull Nakari away. I think next was Harkem. Harkem, what would you like to do now? Find yourself prone on the ground, a little bit battered from being knocked away. Most of the crowd is either dead or has made their way out into the courtyard.
That's good then. I will annoyingly shake myself, or get up and shake myself off, and dash up and into the air above Strahd. And
Okay.
I'll say, Strahd, what are you doing? Get a hold of yourself. What is happening here?
Okay. He seems feral.
He's not responding
Overtaken
at all.
by a bloodthirst. He is not responding or even acknowledging you there.
I guess, can I just use my action to insight check, see if I can tell what he's trying to do next, or what he wants? What's going
Okay.
on?
Give me an insight check.
19.
The behavior that you see doesn't look like anything you've seen out of people before. This is the behavior of a wild creature feeding. A creature on the brink of starvation.
That makes sense.
I think next was Lane.
If everybody's leaving, then I'll start walking out too. I can't really get Strahd off, and I've exerted my strength to the fullest. So.
With the attitude you can.
Lose some of those clues.
Yeah, I mean Lane's not super attractive, so that's probably gonna help.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, maybe I'm his type though, you know, especially the state that he's in now.
Old and decrepit.
Lane ponders as she walks out of the cathedral. As you walk out of the cathedral, you see a handmaiden that had been walking with Nakari, still struggling with one of these guards. He hits her with the back of his hand and then pulls his sword up to strike her down, but then seeing you with a weapon yourself, he is going to strike out towards you. Give me a strength check. We're going to contested strength check.
I'm gonna catch that shit.
Lady.
Okay. How would you like to deflect the attack?
I don't even want to deflect it. I just want to catch his sword and take it from him.
Okay.
I have an armored glove on, right? I have a plate glove on. Should be alright.
that doesn't work for catching swords. But I will say
Well-
you catch it at the hilt and wrench it free from his hand.
All right.
You can choose to slash him down or not.
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna run
Okay.
his own sword straight through his fucking head.
Okay. You
He murders innocent civilians in these streams. You think he's
grab the hilt
Oh, yeah,
of
I
his sword, wrench it from his hand, and then jab it straight into his face, pinning him to the wall.
Oh my
The
God.
handmaiden on the ground looks up at you with almost the same level of terror as she seemed to be looking at him, but there's also a lot of gratitude there.
I'm gonna muster all my old lady and say, "Oh, come now, dear. Let's get out of here."
Thank you so much. Vortak. Laying there on the ground, still. Pretty convincing dead person.
Just watching Strahd.
Okay.
See
He
what he-
continues. He continues to drink from Sergey. Crimson pool of blood now pouring out even onto the rug.
But this is a thing that's happening.
Give me an Arcana check.
You're an Arcana check. But okay. Boom.
It was literally a 20 and then it rolled over. The light pouring in through the stained glass windows illuminated the entire cathedral, but for some reason the area around him seems to be steeped in shadows. Up against the walls, just around the edges of the window. Almost as if it's clawing at the windows itself, trying to reach out and cover them.
And I shoot a firebolt directly at the stained glass window.
Okay.
I want to let more light in case my intentions seemed awkward.
Okay.
They usually do.
I will say I don't think that firebolt can be used to break a stained glass window.
Okay.
Like, technically it targets a creature, but I allow for it to
Creature
catch
or
something-
object within range.
Does it say creature or object?
As you hurl a mote of fire at a creature or object within range.
Okay. If it does say object, then I will allow it.
I would not lie to you
Yes, you would.
about this. I feel like he's checking.
I was checking. For some reason, it says one creature, but it also says in the wording creature or object. So unless you've edited the wording of the spell intentionally to deceive me, then
I mean, I would have
The
done
roll
it real
20
fast.
shit on the like on the bottom, you mean, where it says like one creature? Yeah, that shit
Yeah.
is not always right.
I didn't figure.
I mean, my
go
next-
ahead and roll an
my
attack
next-
with your
I was
firebolt.
gonna say my next option is lightning bolt. So
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
you shoot a firebolt at the stained glass window, one of many in this cathedral depicting a scene, or the symbol of the Morning Lord on it. And it burns through the sun at the center of the symbol, melting through the glass. And a streak of light beams down onto the altar. Where Strahd sits with Sergey. Do not see any change of the shadows moving around, or in Strahd, or of Strahd himself. Ra,
But it-
what would
but
you
it
like
is-
to do hiding behind the altar there? You now see that the doors are opened, and everyone that is still alive has made their way out, except for Harkem and a very dead Vortak that seems to be laying out on the ground.
A little bit of smoke trailing from his index finger.
I was gonna say-
we lost him.
I see a big ball, like someone get flung
You did
across the
see
air.
you did see a bolt of fire and someone get flung across the air.
Oh, I've seen that before.
Two people get flung across the air.
I'm gonna
I would
run
hurt
up to my not dead companion, and I guess ask him like, "Hey, what the hell are we supposed to be doing right now?"
Are you talking to me?
I mean, yeah, I know you're
I'm
not
like-
dead.
I'd be like, I'm not sure. I'm just
Okay.
watching, trying to figure out what we're supposed to learn.
You say your
Fuck.
brother's also there, floating in the air right above you, or well, flying.
Yeah, he is. Harkem is flying in the air.
Brother,
Yep, he goes to the trusted information first.
Yeah, you know, use your action, talk to him. Fine, I don't care, whatever.
well, I know he's near the door, so.
No, he's just kind of in the middle of things.
Oh,
in the-
I thought he was.
No, he is in the middle of the room in the floor.
I guess I'm gonna have to.
Pretending to be dead.
I'll have to talk to my. I'll yell up to my brother, be like, are we supposed to take out Strahd? Like, what the hell are we doing here? This is so crazy.
I mean, it's not real. Just watch him and do what you want.
Okay, I'm gonna
Vortex
fly
seems
out.
to
Is there a
have the right
chandelier
idea.
up there?
There is a chandelier up there.
I would like to fly up there.
Okay.
Get a bird's eye view.
Technically,
As
any
you-
view you have is a bird's eye view.
Hey, let's go.
Because you're a bird. Get it?
Exactly.
You take to the air. Give me a dexterity saving throw as the people in here with crossbows drawn.
No touchies.
Ooh.
No touchies.
Now only have the two flying targets and the person at the person still alive at the altar. They shoot off a volley of crossbow bolts towards you, and you quickly spin in the air, deflecting them off in different directions with your wings as you make your way up towards the chandelier. Harkem, what would you like to do?
What do the people with crossbows look like?
They're wearing some of them that still have their robes on covering their armor look almost like they're dressed like the priests, but in their heavier armor underneath. The ones that have gotten into a bit of a scrabble and lost some of their robes do not appear to be wearing armor that is emblazoned with the von Zarevich seal. It has another symbol on it that you're just not sure where it comes from.
I take note of that symbol. Has any of them fired at Strahd too?
Yes, he has a crossbow bolt
Oh yeah,
sticking
he
out
got
of his
shot,
shoulder.
okay.
He was like the first
Okay.
one shot.
I'll take note of the symbol. And did the light seem to do anything at all to Strahd?
It did not seem to be doing much to him, just illuminating him.
Oh, okay.
So we can get a better view.
I'll fly towards the nearest crossbow man.
Okay. As you fly towards him, he pulls his sword out, readying it to attack you.
I'll draw both my daggers, but I'll stop 10 feet in front of him. And I'll just say, "Who are you? I'm not with Strahd. Why are you doing this? I'm just curious."
The Delesnia family will have its revenge against Strahd and any of those that would consort with him.
Yes.
Oh, this is all starting to make sense.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Just wanted to sound cool.
I'll sheathe my dagger back while I'm in front of him and say, I'm not with Strahd. Do what you must. Then I'll walk away and see if they shoot me.
Okay, give me just a general charisma check.
Oh, not good at that though.
Well, you're getting shot.
Natural 20. Natural.
Natural 2.
You're getting shot.
It was almost an 18 and a 20.
He is going to swing out with his sword towards you. I will give you a contested strength check on this too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
You have to beat a 13.
ability. Oh, that
Okay.
was 15. Come on.
Oh, you take 8 slashing damage.
Did I use my action?
See, you flew to him,
Up to
put
him.
up your daggers. I'd say you have an action, but you're unarmed at the moment. And you did use your free action to put your daggers away.
I use my bite as a talon attack. I bite him.
Sure. You could make a talent attack to bite him.
Oh, the Raylan
No. Oh, it was wrong target. I tried to reveal it and deleted it.
So done with
as
this
you
dream.
as you bite out towards him, you snap down hard on a bit of the decoration. These vines that are hanging from a nearby pillar. They get tangled up in your beak, and you thrash about as you pull them loose. He does look a little bit scared of you attempting to bite him. But you hear a hiss and an almost bestial roar emanating from Strahd as where the light seems to touch his skin starts to smoke.
Oh.
He looks in the direction of the sunlight and makes a rather almost fearful face as he looks towards the light. Then drops Sergei, letting his body fall completely flat on the ground as he turns about the room. The shadows seem to crawl up along the walls, and the interior of the room starts to darken, all but this one small patch of light coming through the stained glass window. Then see a layer of mist seeming to appear out of nowhere across the floor of the cathedral. He turns around towards the various armored individuals who had just attacked. You see them loose another volley of crossbow bolts towards him, each one striking into his armor. And then you see something shifting in the darkness around each of them before they disappear into it.
Oh.
Oh.
The mist continues to rise on the floor. Strahd turns towards the open door, towards the courtyard, and begins to walk that way. Nakari, as you find yourself out here in the courtyard, You hear the voice of the sword in your head, continuously repeating the words, "It's not right. That's not what happened. It's not how it happened. It's not right." And you see, leaving from the cathedral, as clouds start to cover the sky, and a thick mist starts to rise from the valley beneath the large mountain that Castle Ravenloft rests on. Strahd steps out from the cathedral, limping towards you. He says, "Betrayal, Tatiana. The Delesnias have betrayed us."
What did you do?
I've killed them. It is as it needed to be, and I am here now to protect you. He takes another limping step forward towards you.
Can I kind of like, I don't know, think back to the sword and ask him what he means? Like, how is it not right?
This isn't what happened. That's not what happened to my blade. That isn't true.
Wouldn't Nakari have her own memories of this day?
Only if her dark power lets her.
Would you like to try to reach out to your dark power?
Yeah.
He is right. This is not how it happened. I can show you.
Who would have thought Strahd was an unreliable narrator?
Show me.
Humor him for now. When he is done, I will show you what really happened. Strahd continues to limp forward towards you. Before you realize it, Nakari, you've been stepping away from him every time he takes a step towards you. While you were focused, you weren't thinking, you just stepped away from him, continuously, further and further back until you feel the iron railing beneath your hand. And you are at the castle's overlook. You see thick mist far below the lead. Strahd continues to move forward towards you. He reaches out a hand. Come with me. I will keep you safe. Will not let them hurt you.
I'm gonna kind of absent-mindedly do, like, whatever it is the book has written for her.
You're just going to let the book take over?
Yeah.
You lean against the railing. You feel your hands slip. You tumble down over the cliff. Hundreds of feet, thousands of feet, until you fall into the mist. The rest of you come out into the courtyard. You see Strahd facing off towards the cliff. A roar echoes out over the mountain as a thick cloud of fog starts to surround the castle, covering the sky. See him fall to the ground, and tears of blood pour down his face. The mist then descends onto the castle, surrounding all of you, blocking out all senses. And you hear Strahd's voice again. The blackness returned, covering me, covering the world, never to lift. It weighed upon me, heavier than the mountain, smothering and crushing me into something less than dust. The mist then starts to fade. You all find yourselves here in the church again.
Well, that was unhelpful.
Did anybody steal anything this time? Did we...
I don't think so.
Weird.
Kind of already assumed the sunlight thing, though. Is there more left in the book?
Yeah, we didn't learn anything new.
That was the last chapter. He
Well.
said, suggesting it, not knowing if that's actually accurate.
There has to be more.
Does not seem as if there is an entire chapter left. Perhaps an epilogue.
So, Strahd didn't try to prevent his brother from getting married. It just happened to be an assassination attempt.
Huh. Who saw that coming?
Maybe Strahd's
Does
not such a
anyone
bad
know?
guy.
Strahd's definitely a bad guy.
But maybe he wasn't
I
always a
there?
bad guy.
Well,
Yeah, you're there
clearly.
too.
Does anyone know who the Delasnia family is?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do some research on that.
That's not how it happened.
Oh.
What do you mean?
I'm not exactly sure, but both the sword and the dark power I made a deal with said that what was in that chapter was wrong.
Well,
I guess it is his book, right? You can write it how he sees fit.
yeah.
So, unfortunately, that means anything we've learned from this book can't be
I was
trusted.
just about to say, how can we trust the book then?
So what actually happened?
The group turns towards Nakari expectantly.
Is it something you can learn from the sword? Does the sword know?
Do you know?
You asking the sword?
Yeah.
The sword responds, my blade was broken in the fight when they were sparring. But my blade was there. It is not how it happened.
Huh.
Well, we can just assume that Strahd may have changed some of the details. And that wasn't exactly how it happened.
I mean, most people try to do that. The hero of their own story.
If you have to rely on this dark power of yours to find more, if you don't want to, you don't have to. It's enough to know that that's not what actually happened.
Is it though? Because that tells us nothing other than the fact that we can't trust what we read in the book. Which puts us back at square one.
Well, like you said, there's still a bit more. I don't know
I don't know if it's nothing.
finding out, yeah, I don't know it. While all the details may not have been changed, some things might be true. You still know the gist of what happened. How he came to be, I'm sure he got the power from the Amber Temple. That was not a lie. We saw the remnants of the stone he broke.
Allegedly.
Asking more of these dark powers might come at a price that you don't want to pay, or you're not ready to pay. It may be enough to know where we stand now and maybe finish the book. After all, you saw what that dark power did to Strahd. The more you ask of it, who knows what will happen.
I don't really want to, but I'm afraid he's already got a hold on, I don't know, consuming my soul, I suppose.
Your soul has been lost in these lands for some time, hasn't it? If that is to be believed, you have the memories, right?
Yeah, I have some of Tatiana's memories, so not all of the book was wrong. But I didn't remember anything from that one, that last chapter.
Well, if you have to ask this dark power for help, I'm sure all of us will be here to help you if things turn south. If you go out to control.
I don't want to do it here. I'm gonna walk outside the church.
Okay. Where are you going
I
to?
follow.
Just down the street?
Yeah, just away from the church. I don't want to do anything that's gonna cause it to become desecrated or anything. I don't want to bring that into the church.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the most like light place. Where's the most dark place? Is there a whorehouse around here?
As Sarah Dune hangs out on Vortex's shoulder in the church. But she's not a dark power. She didn't come from the Amber Temple.
Zara Doom says, I thought your performance was very convincing as a dead body.
I've had some practice.
Your one giveaway was the body going flying through the air. There's no turning that off.
It happens without.
There is.
It just happens.
Oh.
If every time I get struck,
I believe him.
you have to believe me because it's true. It will happen every time.
You didn't say it will happen. You said it happens.
Will happen, happens.
Completely
Tomato,
different.
tomato.
Those are
Okay,
way
Nakari,
different.
where are you
One's like-
going? Where are you going to?
Maybe.
You're not holding down.
No, maybe just like up here, just like out of the church grounds.
Okay. Outside of the church grounds, behind some of the buildings, between the wall and the buildings. Okay. You gather here and reach out towards your dark power, seeking the truth of what happened.
I ready my rope.
Close your eyes and focus. You all see Nakari standing there with her eyes closed. She opens them. They are orbs of pure white light,
Oh my.
blindingly bright.
That looks relatively less evil.
Seems to flood forth from her, blinding everything, as it's all replaced with white, solid white. And you hear a voice. Tatiana's voice. As the other sounds fade away.
Book 2.0.
It was a miracle. A dream come true. I'd never known a love like what Sergei and I shared. He was a beacon of light in a world of darkness. If only we had known how close that darkness was to closing in around us. Then, perhaps we wouldn't have lost what we had. Light fades away. You find yourselves once again as shadows, like you had been previously in the Tome of Strahd. Find yourselves in a very nice room, large, giant bed against the wall. And in the corner, Sergei stands in front of a mirror. His brow furrows as he pulls the sleeves of the gold and blue soldier's dress uniform that he's chosen for the occasion. On his hip rests a gold hilt set into a scabbard. His blonde hair appears to glow as the sunlight floods the room. He continues to fidget uncomfortably in the ceremonial garb as the door to the room opens. And a broad smile crosses his face as he turns to see his older brother, Strahd, enter into the room. Sergei moves towards Strahd, ready to embrace him. Sergei, Strahd says, raising a hand between them. I owe you my sincere apologies for our previous spat over yesterday's incident. All is forgiven, brother, Sergei replies hastily. Today is a day of celebration. We shouldn't darken it with such. Strahd gestures to the hilt on his brother's hip. You have already spoken with the elves about reforging your blade, he inquired. I have not had the opportunity, unfortunately, placing his hand on the scabbard. Yet it feels wrong to wear another weapon for such an event. It is a serious commitment. Strahd steps around him, looks at his reflection in the mirror. Perhaps you need more time to consider. I am sure Tatiana and the guests will understand. Especially with your sudden withdrawal from the priesthood. Sergei smiles at his brother's reflection. I have never been more certain of anything before, brother. I love her more than life itself. I wish you had someone like Tatiana. Strahd's face sets into a grin as he looks into Sergei's eyes in the mirror. He turns around, reaching into the folds of his cloak, and produces a small bundle of fabric. For the groom, I have a present, he says, handing it over to him. It's magical and quite old, well suited to the day. Sergei begins to unwrap the folds of the fabric. He reveals a red, black, and gold dagger. His smile fades as he looks down at the blade in his hand. I see that you recognize it. The time-honored weapon of a Bal Versailles assassin. Sergei continues to stare at the weapon, a look of blank shock plastered across his face. As he watches Strahd lift the blade from his hand, its razor-thin edge gleaming in the sunlight. Legend has it it is bad luck to draw such a dagger unless you can give it blood. Sergei opens his mouth as if to speak before Strahd interrupts. I'm generally not superstitious, but I think it's time. This time, it's better not to tempt fate. And with an inhuman swiftness, Strahd drives the blade into Sergei's ribs. Sounds of bone cracking beneath the force and a stifled cough as air escapes Sergei's lungs are the only sounds that follow. A look of horror and confusion hangs on the younger brother's face as he stares into the eyes of his attacker. His body falls to the ground as Strahd pulls the blade free and sets upon him, greedily drinking the crimson blood that pours from the wound. Sunlight beaming through the window fades as clouds passing in front of the sun attempt to hide such a hideous act from the light. Sounds of laughter and footsteps from the hall outside rouse Strahd from his feast. See him look around the room. Almost looking towards you all, but through you. I have done it. It is done. He turns
what have you
back
done?
towards the mirror and sees his reflection. A stain of crimson covering his lips and chin, running down his neck. And then it starts to fade before it disappears completely. Strahd begins to laugh. Another blinding white light overtakes the room. Then you find yourselves again out on the courtyard. You see Tatiana at the edge of the ledge. There has to be a way to save him. I've heard of Lady Alona bringing the dead back to life. Surely such a thing could be possible with Sergei. We have to save him. Elder, please. Strahd turns down towards her. I'm sorry. There is no saving him. He is gone, Dion. I am here for you now. See a sudden shift in his features. Very monstrous appearance across his face for just a moment. And in this moment, Tatiana sees it too. Steps back from him, afraid. And a look crosses her face as if she knows. Turns towards the ledge. You hear her say, "Morning, Lord, save me." And she jumps. Blinding white light blocks out all senses again. And as it fades away, you find yourself back in Blocky.
Well, seems most of it was true. At least the gist of the story.
Vortak, from the Tome of Strahd, completing that chapter, you learned
Disintegrate.
commune. Not the one that you just did, but the one before.
Who does Vortak commune with?
I guess we'll find out.
Oh man, I want to know right now.
I thought we learned commune last time.
You learn
And you learn divination.
Oh.
I don't know the differences. Also, it's not in my inventory.
I just
Last
put
one.
it there.
Okay, the last one in the inventory just says teleportation circle.
Well, the minor details might have been changed. The major ones were the same. Strahd killed Sergei. Why would he not write that out something different? Regardless, Strahd killed Sergei. Tatiana jumped to her death knowing. And this Morning Lord might have, I guess, rebirthed her to the cycle of pain.
Maybe that's not true. Maybe Strahd's hold was already taking effect and souls were getting recycled like they have been here for a long time.
The sun did get blocked out when he killed Sergei in the room.
regardless between these two outcomes, what does that give us? Strahds' obsession with Lakari or Tatiana?
We use
Perhaps we
Nakari
could
as
use
bait.
that.
Nakari, you hear a voice from the sun sword in your head. That's what happened.
So what about this sword with the forging and the elves? Is that something we can do? Or is it fine the way it is?
Would you like to be like Sergei was going to?
You feel this intense wave of sadness coming up from the sword. That's what happened. He did that. My brother killed me.
Oh no.
Did we not already know that Sergei was the sword?
I
Or
didn't
did it-
until just
No,
now.
I
Oh.
didn't either.
Oh, I just
I think that's
Did
Did
yeah,
you
that's
read
new.
ahead or something?
no.
What would have led you to
You didn't
believe
do
that
the-
Sergei was the sword?
Well, who else would it have been?
I don't know.
I mean,
A
that's
magic? The Morning Lord?
I just assumed it was him.
Did we all
That's
hear
a good
that, or did
guess.
just Nakari hear that?
Just Nakari heard it.
Okay.
But she is free to share as much as she wants.
How did you get trapped in the blade or the hilt?
I don't know. I remember now so much of my life before.
Oh. He got trapped so they could spend eternity together as sword and person.
The only thing I remember after dying is when you all found me, when I was given to you.
Can you refresh Scott's memory of exactly where Harkin found that sword?
Yeah.
The Huntress.
When you completed the trial of the Huntress, she
Ah,
gifted it to your group.
Right.
Yeah. They told you.
Yeah, there you go, Scott. Obviously. God.
I appreciate asking for me.
We have a sword.
Guys, I think we have a bit of a problem.
I think we have a lot of problems. Is there a new one?
What's our new problem? Do you feel bad wielding the sword?
No.
No. Okay. Good.
Sergei's trapped in it. That's who we've been talking to.
Sergei is the sword? Trapped. What do you mean trapped? Did we free him?
I don't know
Well,
how
I
to
mean-
free him.
Once we kill Strahd, we'll free him. And he could probably help us.
That would be very poetic.
Right?
God
Stab
strikes down his brother. His brother
brothers
manifests
as
into
a sword kills
and
him.
seeks revenge.
I think we're onto something here.
Man, if only we had a bard to write this story.
I've been taking notes.
Lane, do you know how a soul would get trapped in a sword? Or how to free it?
No? Maybe?
No.
Animal
Kind of.
handling. Yeah, I guess.
Animal
I
handling.
mean,
What am I
Yes.
supposed to do with that?
Animals,
a wild
humans,
giraffe
they all,
has appeared.
they all have
I
souls.
was just opening my character sheet. I don't know what happened. I clicked on that one by accident. apparently.
Wow.
Oh,
That's a good
okay.
Would Lane know how to? I doubt it. I don't think so.
Lane would
What-
know a good bit about souls in general. I would say give me a religion check.
Would
Hell
I
yeah.
know as
Fucking natural
well?
20.
Dealing
Boom.
with
Oh, that was
soul
almost a 7.
slivers? Oh,
You can give me a religion check as well if you would like, Harkem.
Can I give an arcana? Because it's all about phylacteries.
I would like to, because I deal with souls too. Not gonna
I
be
would
great,
say-
but
You can give me an arcana
yeah.
check because it is a magical item.
That's fucking teamwork.
that's
go.
fucking teamwork.
Okay,
Between the three of us.
Harkem, you've never encountered something like this before.
Yeah, makes
It
sense.
sounds extremely crazy, and probably some kind of force beyond anything you've encountered before would have to be involved for this to happen. Lane and Vortak, being familiar with the Shadowfell, the Raven Queen, and general creatures of the Shadowfell, there are beings that have the ability to manipulate the souls of living creatures to a variety of degrees. You've never heard of anyone putting a soul into a sword, but liches put souls into magical objects all the time. So it's understandable that a powerful enough spellcaster, or of course a divine being, could do something like that. As for removing it, it would require something similar.
I would like
Or-
to cast commune.
Or I would say possibly destroying an object, but there is no certainty as to what would happen to the soul.
I would like to cast commune through the Book of Strahd.
Okay.
Yeah. It goes into the next nearest sword.
Sergey, what the fuck?
It gets reborn into a sword that's crafted right at the
Just a-
exact
just a-
moment that it died.
Just a smaller sword. It's a baby sword that is reborn.
And it gets
The
bigger as
dagger.
time goes by.
That's all that happened. Was the soul got trapped? There was no dead bodies because it was right when it happened. So there's no one being born at the time.
true.
So he just went to the sword.
You're casting commune, you said? What are
Yep.
what are you communing?
I'm gonna honest you. I have no idea what this spell does, but it sounds
Yeah,
like I
3
get to.
questions to your god.
Oh
yes or no
shit!
questions. I can link it here if you don't have it available.
I can find it. Do I know what god I'm talking to?
Beforehand? No.
Sweet.
Sweet.
You contact your deity or a I almost said deity. Deity, or a
Deity.
divine or a
or a
divine proxy.
divinity.
Okay. Do I have to
Yeah.
ask these questions out loud, or can I ask them in my own head?
You can ask them in your own head.
Crap. First question. I will say out loud. Can we free Suttergay from the sword? His soul from the sword?
Probably not. I don't think so.
You're not my god!
I feel like you're just asking random questions out loud.
Are you sure?
He did have to do a 10-minute
Yeah,
there was-
ritual beforehand. Like,
All right, that's fair. 1 minute ritual.
Oh, 1 minute ritual. You feel an overwhelming presence of pressure, as if the air around you is compressed and pressing against your body,
Oh, you fucked.
making it feel heavy.
Wow.
You hear this deep, growling voice respond. Yes.
Does freeing Sergei's soul from the sword involve killing Strahd?
You do not hear a response so much as
You Strahd, and he's like, "Fuck you."
feel a sensation of yes and no at the same time. You have one more question.
Make it count.
Thinking. Will there be time to save the people of Barovia after Strahd's death? AKA, is laid right and we're all going to blink out of existence.
I mean, there better be, otherwise we're gonna all die too.
Sacrifices will have to be made.
Well, you guys will die. I'll just go back. Go back to the Shadowfell.
Nope.
Be reborn.
Nope. You'll be trapped in a non-existent pocket.
Nope, it'll be a new land ruled by Ra.
Oh shit.
And by Ra, you mean Vortec.
Everything kind of fades in your
Ra.
vision as you look around. It looks almost as if everything becomes dark. Darkness that even your eyes, which are accustomed to seeing in the dark, cannot make out clear, defined edges through. Almost blurring your sight entirely. You hear the words echo continuously through your head. There is no escape.
Oh, fuck.
Well, good news, guys. If we kill Strahd, we can free Sergei and the people of Barovia.
Vortec, you are not sure who this
Oh, no.
was. You do know who it wasn't. This was not Strahd. This was not your dark power. This was not the Raven Queen. You're not sure who it was.
Because I will ask Sergeant. It's like, that wasn't you, right?
Zaradum says no. No, it was not.
Do I believe what he said? Does it sound like he's confident in that?
That Zaradum's confident in that?
What? No, what
Yeah.
he just said to us
Oh.
about we
Oh,
kill
Vortek.
we kill Strahd and Sergei's freed and. Well, you
I
said
wouldn't-
everybody else is safe too.
I said we'll have time to get everyone else out.
Oh, okay.
It's not what I said, but that's what I was trying to imply. I will clarify my own statement.
I will clarify. Do I still believe him?
I'm a believable person.
Are you lying?
That's a 19, by the way, not a 9.
Well, I can't roll lower than a 19, so
Well, I get advantage because I was talking
okay,
to a
go
god.
for it. Oh shit, still lower than 19.
Rogues are bullshit.
So what's everyone doing?
Not trusting Vortak.
Yeah.
You don't have to trust me. Everyone else has to. It's about getting the job done.
So I assume we don't reforge the sword then, since it is kind of Sergei, as you say.
What was it?
That in the sunlight's kind of useful too.
Does it have any further insights now that you say it remembers more? Does it know anything that can help us?
He said he remembered his life before, but after Strahd killed him, he doesn't remember anything until he met us.
And that was kind of a sudden execution, as we witnessed. Kind of fucked up. The Tatiana part, no more or less. And then he spent his life afterwards. Did he know that you would be reborn, your soul would come back? Do you remember your next life?
I remember a few of them. I don't exactly remember the order. Or exactly how many. I'm gonna ask the sword. Did you know that Tatiana was just constantly reborn?
I did not know that this was a thing. I don't know how I could have.
He doesn't remember. Maybe when he went into the sword, and maybe the huntress got him somehow. And it's just been keeping him away.
So it seems that Strahd had this endless, fanatical pursuit of you, your lives. Just like, oh, nope, I don't know that. That's another man's memories. I think maybe we should finish the book while we're here, yes? Might as well see the last of it.
Yeah, let's see what he wants us to know.
And then hopefully your sword or power. I guess we can call him Sergei now, yes? Hopefully Sergei or your power there can fill in the blanks. I assume what comes next will probably not be altered though.
Unless he's lying to himself.
He has thrown
Or
in
Jack-
so many real details though, like if he wanted to really create a narrative, why would he say he killed Sergei like he did, or that you fell off the cliff? I would have painted a much better picture of myself, like, oh, the crossbows killed Sergei, and I tried to save them, and then I tried to save Tatiana, but they shoved her off the cliff, something like that, you know? There are fragments of truth within his lies.
I'm willing to find out what comes, how it ends. If everyone else is.
I don't know, they seem kind of quiet about it.
I think we should finish the book.
I mean, it was just a prologue left. Might as well.
Nope. Try
There's
again.
a 24-hour cooldown.
Prologue is the beginning. The epilogue.
As
Yeah.
it is not a complete chapter, you can decipher it if you'd like to try, Vortex.
Go back inside, out of the rain.
Snow.
Well,
Yeah,
sound-
I mean, it can be
precipitation,
rain if you want it to
precipitation.
be, I think. I'm pretty
This-
sure you can change it.
the sound that I'm hearing sounds like rain. Yeah.
That's
It's
the carts and the horses.
It's definitely not snowing around me.
She's turning it into rain.
It's rain all around. Everything 20 feet around me is rain. Let's go inside. Let's finish the book. We'll take a look. It's in the book.
Reading
Straws of-
rainbow.
Strahd's a liar.
Oh. That is not as happy as I thought it was.
I read the book.
Okay, Vortex, as you look
I
over
help
the
him
pages,
read the book.
as you look over the pages of the book, all of you waiting for this last part to be revealed, you find that your familiarity with the tome makes it quite simple.
I wanted to roll.
And as you are starting to piece together these parts, these remaining sentences that would make up the epilogue, you see them start to form across the page. You see them form into a structure, which you can read. It says, "How many times over the centuries had I met you? How many times had I lost? I cannot say. You ever wear the same face, but under a different name. Sometimes a wholly different personality. But somehow I always found a way to touch those hidden memories in your heart. And somehow we always lose. Throughout the generations we have lost over and over again, forever trading joy for grief. If I could just once break the pattern, break whatever curse keeps us apart. In doing that, I might find freedom for us both. But year after year flies by. They pile into decades, mass into centuries. How many lay before me? And are they all to be as lonely as those I've already had? unable to answer, unwilling to guess. I sit and stare at your portrait and feel another night slipping away into the irretrievable past. My heart, forever broken, keep hidden from the world. If I could just rest, sleep, for more than just a single day, sleep away all my sorrows and lose myself. To drift, dreamless and serene. To forget. To rest. And that is the end of what's on the page.
Look, I'm not much of a people person.
Yeah,
Strahd
we
seems
got
kind of
that.
creepy. You're not even a people.
That is fucked up.
That is fucked up. I concur. Fucked up.
Hey,
Seems
Vortak
Strahd
is a product. Vortak is a product of his environment.
seems
Not a lot of
Strahd
bird
is-
Just
people.
to make it better.
Yes.
No. They're feather people, not fur people.
Still fucked up. It seems Strahd is singularly fanatical.
Obsessive?
Obsessive. You may be the key to... I hate saying it that way, but the key to fixing this or solving this. You may be the weakness to Strahd that we're looking for.
I'll give him a hug, and as you're hugging him, stab him through the chest with the sword.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
definitely.
recommend that. I don't know how you would hide a sword while you're hugging someone and stabbing them, but...
Isn't it just the blade, and then the rest of the blade is actual... Isn't it a lightsaber?
It is a sword of light.
Oh yeah, you can just
Yeah.
like turn it off
Yeah.
and then like hold it up to him and turn it on and it'll just lightsaber through him.
Yeah. Hide it
Just
in your...
Jedi him.
Yeah. Just attach the hilts to your wrist, or your forearm, and then just lift your hand up and...
I don't think we need to know if that was a lie. It seems like that was his own ramblings. Ramblings of an obsessive madman.
Yeah,
Taken
it seems
over
like
by a
he
dark
sees.
power.
Seems like he sees himself as some kind of. Oh, it's not my fault. Oh, my heart. No against this stupidness.
Well, don't know where that leaves us though. We know his weakness. Weakness is Nakari. But what does that mean for us?
Well, I don't know. The Vane said that they can get the amber. Raylan and Isaac, they should maybe have a plan on how to get it into the catacombs for Irina and Dad. So maybe we just continue like we was going to.
But what of his last two followers?
I'm hoping that they'll show up somewhere.
Blaine, did you get to look at any of them? Kaladesh or this Flex creature?
I don't think so. I don't think I was in the vicinity for those.
Would you be able
If you're
to
wanting me to scry on them,
attempt to
right?
scry on them? Yeah, see where they are. Maybe Nakara can draw you a picture of them or something. I assume you've seen them before.
I have them drawn down in
Oh,
Raven's
have it.
bestiary.
oh! We already have pictures. Perfect.
Cool. Let's.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
we can do
railing
it.
guy seems awesomer and awesomer every day.
The more you know.
Gonna take a look right now.
Link commune? Or not commune. Sorry, I was looking at commune. Link
Scrying.
scrying.
Writing. Where is it? Prepared. What is it? 5th level.
I'm trying to determine what a drawing would give you.
These like
For,
plus
like,
2.
Likeness or a picture.
Or they get a minus. They get a minus.
They get a -2. It is second hand
Yeah.
because you have not met the target, so they
So
get
they
a +3 instead of a +5.
That's fun.
Okay. Who are you attempting to scry on?
So Galadesh was the insane one. Like he was kind of fucked up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So let's do Blex.
Okay.
Blex.
Rogues are generally pretty wise, though.
Yeah, we got spell slots.
Oh, true. There you go.
Okay. That is a failure. You do not feel
Oh.
a connection to the target. Sorry, I meant a failure on your part, not on their part.
Wow. I don't think I can do it for another 24 hours on the two. Is that this or is that something else? It's not this.
Yeah, it is that spell. If the target isn't affected, you can't use this spell against it again for 24 hours.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's try that one more time and do the next guy.
Okay. Okay. This one does succeed. And you find yourself looking at an organ. Very large, grand
I was gonna say like a
organ.
piano or a liver.
Like a piano. like a piano. Sitting in front of it, the cloaked figure of Galadesh as he rushes his fingers along the keys. A hauntingly beautiful melody comes from the pipes of the organ and fills the room, echoing off the walls. He seems quite enraptured by the music, paying no attention to anything else around him. The room looks really dark, like there aren't any candles or torches lit in here. The small amount of light that does enter comes in through the very dim light of the windows, or that gets into the windows through the curtains. He appears to be alone. You do recognize the place, as the stonework looks reminiscent of Castle Ravenloft.
Okay. He's not playing anything on the organ?
He is playing music
playing.
like crazy. He is going to town on it. It's like I said, hauntingly beautiful. He seems really good at it. Give me a perception check too.
I mean, years back.
Ooh, not good. Oh, actually.
Okay, good enough though. You do see something on his hand. On his wrist, just below the wrist. Looks like a tattoo or a branding of some sort. a single black raven. Looks very old, very faded from an immense amount of time. This is a symbol that those who are extremely devout to the Raven Queen will sometimes place upon their body.
He's the original Tim.
Interesting.
The obviously more successful Tim.
Is he still alive?
Is he though?
He's still
Is
mobile.
He's so mobile.
He
Wow.
is above ground.
He ain't 6 feet under.
And as the vision fades away, sounds, the organ fade as well. You return back here to Vallaki. You all find yourselves here planning your next moves going forward, having completed the Tome of Strahd. And that is where we end the session.